Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to World of Warships with Rear Admiral Jingles. And yes, it's the Schlieffen again. Look, I can't help it. It's a good ship. It's popular. People play it a lot for a reason. Anyway, this is Crizit. And yes, he's in the Schlieffen, Tier 10 German battle cruiser. I've given up on calling this thing a battleship, because it basically isn't. It's got battleship firepower. Oh, hell yeah. 8 16-inch guns, a ton of secondaries, German secondaries as well, and they are very, very good. Also comes with torpedoes, but it absolutely does not have battleship armour. It's got very low health for a Tier 10 battleship as well. It only gets 4 heals, and more importantly, it only gets 5 uses of damage control. Now, it's on a shorter cooldown. It's a bit like a Russian battleship in this respect, but there's a limit to how many times you can use it. It's not like normal damage control, which is up the whole battle. It's just on a cooldown. With this thing, you get 5 uses and that's it. And I mean, 5... A year or so ago, 5 shots of damage control wouldn't have been that bad, but then they introduced submarines. And the only way you can clear a sonar ping is by using your damage control. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. Try not to get shot at in this thing, because the armour is also not great. I mean, it has a 350mm Citadel belt. And while technically the bow armour is cruiser standard, it does have a 60mm icebreaker protecting the lower half of the bow. But probably the biggest problem with the armour on this thing is the 150mm gun mounts along the side. They are effectively armour weak spots and shot traps. So, yeah, low health, limited number of heals, limited number of damage controls, and a generally weak armour scheme. Do try to avoid getting shot at in this thing. It really doesn't like it. But you know what, that's fine. I mean, this thing is the definition of a glass cannon. It is a very powerful ship, and in order to compensate for that, it does have to have some kind of weaknesses, and the weaknesses are in its protection. And that's absolutely fine. You may be wondering about the title of today's video. The Oncologist. For those of you for whom English is not your first language, an oncologist is a doctor who treats cancer. So having established that, and now that we're all singing from the same hymn sheet and we know what an actual oncologist is, why is that the title of today's video? Well, there's a submarine and a carrier in play on the enemy team. And Dr. Crizit here is in the house. First, however, he's going to have to survive this situation, and as we've already established, Schlieffen really doesn't like to get shot at. Then again, Cleveland's don't much like getting shot at by 16-inch armour piercing. Oh, can the secondaries finish him? Yep, there it is. There's the first blood award. And, devastating strike and close quarters expert award. 3 awards for the price of 1. What an absolute bargain. He's still in a bit of a tricky situation here. The enemy Immelman is going for him with the skip bombs, which fortunately have missed. He's probably going to want to take out the Seattle, who is spotting him for the Kagero and the smoke screen over there. I'm pretty sure there's an enemy Schlieffen, not that far away. Yep, there it is. I mean, he's angled reasonably well. The problem, of course, is the carrier and the Kagero, because he's basically stationary. He's reversing very, very slowly. He really does need to kill that Seattle, which would be a big benefit for the team as well, because I think it's the enemy's only other radar cruiser. Yep, he's got him. Oh, wait, no. Okay, a couple of things just happened there. First, that was not the last radar cruiser on the enemy team. The enemy team have a Moskva as well, but I suspect the team's destroyers are probably still heaving a huge sigh of relief there. Also, he's already scored so many secondary hits in this thing that he seems to have triggered one of the special perks of Oncologist, one of the German special commanders, which means that his secondaries are now firing 15% faster. Which is not going to be good news for the enemy Schlieffen over there, who's definitely, I mean, with the Ohio and the Colbert turning up as well, he's definitely not having a good time. I'm a bit concerned about the presence of the smoke screen over there, because that's where the enemy Kagero was. And he is still around. The friendly blacks just eliminated one of the enemy destroyers, the Friesland. Yep, here come more torpedoes. I was wondering when we were going to see those. I was getting a bit concerned. I thought Crizit had been lurking around in front of a smoked up enemy destroyer, more or less stationary, for way too long. But He appears to be a better judge of the Kagaro's reload than I was. The team have just lost a battleship, the Amagi, that's their second casualty. But they have 2 of the cap circles and they're busy flipping a 3rd. Wow, that's a lot of torpedoes. It looks like the Kagero abandoned that smoke screen well in advance. And that's bad news, potentially, for the Ohio. I think he might be okay, actually. Right, there's the Kagero. Oh, that's going to be really bad news for the Kagero. Spotted in open water in front of an Akazuki. Well, I mean, at least he's not within secondary range of Crizit's secondaries, but I think he might be within secondary range of the Ohio's, and the Ohio's secondaries are pretty spicy as well. Oh, he's managed to go... No, he's dead. All of those torpedoes, I don't think they hit anything. Oh, it was the Colbert who got them. Well, yeah. Akazuki, Colbert, Ohio. Kagero stood no chance. Right, that was the second enemy destroyer dead and the 5th enemy casualty. And the team have taken 3 of the 4 cap circles. They're down to less than 200 points. They only have 1 cap circle in their possession. Although they are starting to fight back a little, they have managed to sink the friendly Yu Yang. The enemy submarine and carrier, however, are still in play. I'm not so optimistic about the enemy team's chances, though. If you look at the map, the only cap circle they really have any realistic chance of taking back is Bravo, the one down there in the southwest. And it does look like they are going for it. Let's see how they do. Oh, not great. The Napoli has just finished off the enemy North Carolina with its secondaries of all things, and oh, that was a big hit. 89,000 damage done. It's not a huge amount, and the battle isn't even halfway over yet, so there's still plenty to play for. Crizit looking for a follow-up secondary hit on the Moskva up there. This is extreme range, and it does look like the enemy team are trying to make a push on Bravo, and realistically it's their only chance. Yeah, nearly 4,000. I mean, it was an extreme range shot. I guess we'll take it. The friendly U-4501 looks to be in trouble, and there are some torpedoes up there. Yep, the 4501 is down. The team have just lost their submarine. The enemy Shimakaze is still in play, of course, somewhere up there to the north. But it looks like his torpedoes all got spotted before they could do huge amounts of damage. So those guys up to the north now have a probable 2-minute window in which to exploit the cap circle at Alpha before the Shimakaze can reload its torpedoes. Meanwhile, Crizit has recognised that the enemy team are going to try to push Bravo, and he's... Oh, look at those targets, man. 16-inch armour-piercing loaded. Hello, Ohio. The clearance on these gun turrets is very good as well. You really don't have to angle much at all in order to get all of the guns firing and be able to take the majority of incoming fire safely on your belt. I mean, you're still going to take some damage. He did take a fair old chunk of AP damage there from, I think it was the Ohio. But now he's got the opportunity... Oh, this is going to be a devastating strike. I mean, he's only got the 2 front turrets. Oh, well, that was disappointing. Broadside Yoshino. Alright, let's try the rear turrets. Although only one of them is capable of shooting. He's now in secondary range as well, of course. And of course, he also has this island to protect him from the Yoshino's torpedoes. And give him some element of cover from the Ohio's really big guns. Those torpedoes are looking fairly spicy. I think he might actually get a torpedo kill on the Ohio here. He's certainly managing to set some fires. Is it going to be? Surely it is. Oh, there could be a double strike. Nope, the torpedoes have missed the Ohio. But he's got the shot on the Moskva. He's got him. And the other set of torpedoes, is this a double strike? Is he going to get... Yes! He got the Yoshino. Slams on the brakes here because he really, really, really doesn't want to sail out. Broadside on in front of the Ohio's guns. I'm not sure he realises that the Ohio's actually dead. The Napoli actually finished him off right after he got the Moskva. But he's realised it now, definitely. He was suffering from a double fire. He's used the damage control to take care of that. He's waiting for his heel to come off cooldown. His hydro's still running, but honestly, at the moment, I don't think there's really that much of a hydro threat. Well, there is. I mean, not from the Shimakaze. It's nowhere near him. The submarine, however, there it is, just pinged him. And I think this is probably the chief reason... Oh, look at those torpedoes. No, it's fine, he's dodged them. This is probably, I suspect, the chief reason why people hate submarines. because you can only clear their ping with your damage control, which is usually on a 2-minute cooldown. But the submarine can just re-ping you every 20 seconds. I mean, the trick, of course, is not to spam the damage control until you absolutely definitely need it, because the homing torpedoes are on the way. But people do tend to... Oh, there's... Yep. Oil slick. There go the depth charges. People do tend to just panic click the damage control to get rid of the ping. In the same way that people panic click the damage control to resolve a single fire or a single flood. He's got a couple of depth charge hits. There's the Shimakaze. That is no problem. More depth charges away. He's taken several shots at this Immelman so far, and they've all basically over-penetrated. Submarine. On the surface, torpedoes. Oh, Citadel on the Immelman. Seriously? 4,000 health? Go gadget secondaries. Oh, he very nearly got a... Okay, I thought he was going to get a torpedo kill on the submarine on the surface, but the secondaries took care of it. And they're hammering the Immelman. Oh, no, switch the secondaries to the Shimakaze, because the main gun batteries have taken care of the Immelman. There he goes. The team are up to 991 points. They're about to win with all 4 of the cap circles. The Shimakaze is the last surviving ship on the enemy team. Is he going to survive and get away with it? There's the victory. No, he is not going to survive and get away with it. Because where would the fun be in that? 7 kills in the Schlieffen for Dr. Crizit, including both the carrier and the enemy submarine. Yep, that's right. Dr. Crizit, the Oncologist, is in the house. Nearly 3,000 base experience as well. That was one hell of a game. And also fairly short. It was barely more than 10 minutes. I sincerely hope World of Warships isn't going the same way as World of Tanks, with matches over before they've barely had a chance to get going. But, well, short battles, plenty of action, not a lot of time to get bored. Every cloud has a silver lining and all that. Anyway, congratulations to Crizit. 7 kills, high caliber, Kraken Unleashed. All of the good stuff, basically. Jolly well done, good sir. Hope to see more like that in the future, and I hope you all enjoyed watching him do it, because that's it for today. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.